안녕하세요, 여러분. 안녕하세요.
소개해야지. Introduce yourself.
제가 제 이름은 윌이에요. 근데 아마 you can call me 마법사.
마법사입니다.
제 이름은 마법사예요.
예요.
Yeah.
지금 시아버님 여행 가셔가지고 시아버님 집에 있는 고양이 니키 밥 주러 왔습니다.
니키 맞아. 니키 너무 큰 거예요.
큰 거예요.
똥동 고양이에요.
뚱뚱한 고양이. 이따가 보여드리겠습니다.
Yeah, 근데 좀 귀여워요.
귀여워.
너무 귀여워.
완전 귀여워.
Yeah, she's a good cat. 좋은.
Cheers.
치할까.
이거는
제가 맥주 삿포로
마시고
일본 맥주. Yeah.
일본 맥주. 그리고 나는 노알콜.
한국 말은 노알콜 없어? Like word.
뭐지? 노알콜 생각이 안 나. 노알콜 프로세코입니다. 너무 좋아요. 노알콜 섹션이 있는데 나쁘지 않은 것 같아요.
Yeah. 우리 like what's that? 술 시장? 술시장, right? Yeah, it's like this alcohol market.
술시장. 네, 술시장 가서.
술시장 가서.
LCBO.
LCBO는
술시장이에요.
우리
LCBO
집에서 근처예요.
집 근처에
이 LCBO는 like 많이 selection? 어떻게 말해? selection?
선택이 많아요.
선택이 많아요.
I wanna chat like my recent situation in Korean.
말해봐. Go.
저는 제가 10년 동안 유학이랑 이민 이런 그 상담하는 일을 해왔었고, 그리고 분당에서는 한 1년 정도 영어 학원 운영을 했었는데, 캐나다에 이제 윌이 심리 상담 공부를 하고 싶어 하고, 그리고 가족들을 너무 보고 싶어 해서 작년에 다시 이민을 왔고, 그리고 커리어가 아무래도 교육이라든지 이민, 유학, 상담 쪽에 있었기 때문에 비슷한 쪽으로 일을 구하려고 했으나 캐나다 이민 시장이 너무 좋지 않고 그래서 취업을 했지만은 조금 힘들어서 직업을 이제 바꿨는데 아무래도 교육 프로그램 세일즈를 했기 때문에 세일즈를 해야 되겠다 생각을 하고, 그 다음에 세일즈 어떤 거를 할 수 있을지 고민을 하다가 제일 비싼 걸 팔아보자. 그래서 집을 집을 파는 그런 리얼터 프로그램을 알아보고 있었는데, 토론토 또 하우징 마켓 시장도 그렇게 좋지 않더라고요. 그래서 차를 판매하는 일을 선택하게 됐습니다. 그래서 저는 지금 현대자동차에서 프로덕트 어드바이저로 일을 하게 됐고, 차에 대해서 사실 잘 몰랐는데 많이 배우고 있는 중이고, 그리고 고객님들한테 진심으로 그냥 다 상담해드리고, 상담은 오래 했었으니까 그렇게 하는 게 재밌어요. 재밌고 좀 근무 시간이 너무 이제 주말에도 일해야 되고 쉬는 날에도 가야 되고 이런 경우가 있어서 조금 그게 제일 힘들긴 한데 재밌는 것 같아요. 그리고 토론토 여름은 지금 너무 날씨도 좋고, 한국 여름은 되게 싫어하는데 비도 많이 오고
여름
여름 진짜 싫은데 토론토 여름 좋지.
진짜. 근데 like 오늘 좀 좋아. like 더워.
오늘 진짜 더워.
진짜 더워. like was it like 34도?
오늘 34도야?
Yeah.
와.
It's like crazy for drought.
진짜.
근데 like still 한국에서 더 더워요. 더워요.
한국은 더 덥지.
what's it called? 술밥? humidity?
휴미디티, 습도.
습도.
한국은 습도가
yeah,
높으니까
와, 어려워요. like
힘들어. 진짜 힘들어. 모기도 많고.
yeah. yeah.
진짜 모기
yeah.
많아서.
동사에서 like 모기는 like 조금 yeah, like 좀
어디
없어?
그 캠핑 가면 모기 있고.
yeah.
근데 도시는 없는 것 같아. 그리고
yeah,
이거를
like
지금
숲에서. right? yeah, 숲에서.
지금 이거를 촬영하는 이유는 그동안 너무 새로운 일을 배우는데 집중하느라 유튜브를 못 하다가 윌이 마이크를 샀어요.
뭐 샀어?
윌은 지금 디스트레스 센터라는 곳에서 일을 하고 있는데 토론토에서 스트레스 받는 사람들이나 아니면 자살 충동을 느끼는 분들이 이제 전화를 해서 조금 이렇게 이야기를 하는 그런 곳이고 거기서 이제 발런티어들을 관리하고 그리고 직접 뭐 가끔씩 콜을 받을 때도 있고 그런 일을 하고 있는데 아무래도 멘탈 헬스 쪽에 관심이 있고 그냥 석사 과정도 그런 쪽으로 공부를 하고 싶다 보니까 이런 일을 선택을 하게 됐고 그리고 사실 지금 팟캐스트를 하고 있어요. 그래서 팟캐스트를 죄송합니다. 팟캐스트를 하고 있는데 이제 팟캐스트를 하다 보니까 이제 욕심이 생기고 밖에 나가서 촬영을 하고 싶어가지고 윌이 마이크를 산 거예요. 그래서 저는 이 마이크를 테스트할 겸 이 영상을 찍게 됐습니다.
Wow. Also, because I'm gonna be taking interview, like an outside interview
맞아.
at the like with the distress center. I'm taking interviews at our fundraiser and stuff like that.
Right.
That's
So
why because I needed one
you can
for outside.
explain like your fundraise event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing the Walk to End Suicide, right? Which is in September. And yeah, it's to try and support the distress center and the programs that we do because there's a lot of people who call in that are distressed or in crisis from suicide. So this is about suicide prevention and awareness. But the distress center doesn't just do that. They also just talk to people who are lonely or people who just need support in any kind of way. So all the money that goes from this fundraiser goes directly to the distress center, which I think is awesome. I can't say that in Korean. I would love to be able to. I'm gonna try.
I'll make like a subtitle.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really cool. What's suicide in Korean?
자살.
자살. Yeah. So 한국에서 자살 big issue.
맞아.
Yeah. So
한국에도 그런 사람들을 위해서 서포트하는 그런 기관이 있었으면 좋겠어요. 여기 캐나다도 이제 정신적으로 좀 스트레스 받고 힘든 사람들이 많아가지고 그래도 그런 분들이 전화를 하고 좀 위로를 받는 건 아니지만 그렇게 이제 조금 얘기를 할 수 있는 곳이 있어서 저는 되게 좋은 것 같아요. 시티를 위해서.
진짜. Yeah, I think it's really helpful. Although I do wonder if there are distress lines in Korea. And if they did, how would they work?
I actually don't know. Yeah.
Like if you're an older like
I
an
wish
ajashi,
we had,
like
yeah.
who's like, you know, like 50 years old, 60 years old, and then the responder is like 20 years old. There's a big divide for the culture, the way that you talk, the age gap. I hope that they exist, and if they don't, they need them. They really need them. But the cultural aspect of it and the kind of the way of Korean speaking is, I think, would present some challenges that they could get over for sure. But it would have to be really kind of sorted. Whereas in Toronto, anyone can come in because we have many volunteers from all over, right?
Yeah.
Like we have Chinese, we have Indian, we have people that are like born in Canada, second generation. We have, of course, like the people from the Black community. We have people from the Middle Eastern community, and like the whiter Canadian people. Like there's so many different ethnicities, and because those are the people that are calling, we have all kinds of people calling, right?
현대, 현대 is same.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, English is like basic. Over the top,
English
they
is
have
the great
to speak
connector,
another language.
Yeah, right.
For me, it's a Korean, but like we have, who can speak Farsi or Chinese, Cantonese, or like Hindi.
맞아. Yeah.
Anyways, it's a multicultural
city, big time, right? Yeah. So I wonder how it would work in Korea, But yeah, mental health support in Korea is very important. I want to learn 어떻게 말해 이렇게 말하고 싶어요. 한국말로
연습하자.
연습하자. 이렇게 연습.
연습할 수 있어.
하고 ChatGPT는 말해 training 연습해요? 연습하고 있어요.
챗GPT가 지금 한국말 선생님이에요.
진짜. 와, 나는 너무 진짜 한국
선생님이고.
Yeah, sexy. sexy 한국 선생님. ChatGPT helping.
도와주고 있어.
도와주고 있어. Yeah.
I want to talk about your podcast because I really love it. And I like the idea, and then so fun, and also very philosophical, deep, very concerned about society, and then mental care, health field. So what is your podcast name?
So I started a podcast, and I found this name actually while I was talking to you, and you and I were lying in bed one night, and a good tell for me is if you start laughing at me, then I know it's good. So, because that's my good thing. So you were laughing at this. So I was trying to find a name for this podcast. This podcast is about mental health. It's about communication and embracing the absurd. So absurdism is a philosophy that was first presented by Albert Camus. And he's been a great author and an influence and impact in my life. And there's a quote that's attributed to absurdism that is, should I kill myself or should I have a cup of coffee? And yeah, and I thought that was so funny, because the idea is that it's a life-affirming concept. Choosing anything other than suicide is in itself a life-affirming good thing to do. And that can be anything. It can be as simple as a cup of coffee, And I think because we get to this grandiose idea of life has to be about some amazing accomplishment, or it has to be about what we do with ourselves. That, yes, those are big parts of life, of course, and of course connecting and communicating with people, this is huge. But it can also just be about those little moments. And I've literally met people on the distress line and the suicide line that are alive because of these little moments, right? I still like my coffee in the morning. I love my cats. I still, I like to go for walks. These are just the tiny little things. Not cats though. People fucking love cats. But so I started this podcast to try and support the walk to end suicide. We wanted to get some clips out there and start talking about it. I wanted to start interviewing people from the distress center. And so I've had an opportunity to talk to people who work at the distress center, people who are part of the programs. And that's been really incredible. We talk about mental health, we talk about suicide, we talk about the business of mental health. But now it's branching out into more about communication and philosophy as well. And these three intersect very, very well. Even the idea that we say mental health, this is actually an issue, because when we say mental health, we think just in our mind, right? But mind and body are one. There is no separation. The only separation between mind and body is verbal, right? There's no actual separation. Scientifically, if we look at it from observation, there's no separation. So, and then in terms of that, all information is communicated verbally, right? So communication becomes an immensely important part of this. And the philosophy is also what brings that together. It's thinking about these ideas, trying to understand what happens next, or how to live, how to continue on. And that's what I really wanted to do. I wanted to bring these conversations out. I've had so many beautiful conversations with people in my life that I'm you should people should hear this, you know. And then with you too.
Yeah.
Oh my God, our conversations were. I want to get you on the
fun.
podcast, but maybe we're doing something more like this, right? The podcast thing for now, yeah, it's just like I want to get that snapshot of real people talking about real ideas in a fun, conversational way about communication, mental health, and philosophy, and how they are moving through this really wild world that we live in, you know, and really difficult situations and challenges, and how they actually choose to live, you know, much as we do, you know, and trying to our best to understand the sufferings of people, you know, but also bring in the light aspect to it. It's got to be funny, it's got to be fun, it's got to be interesting, you know.
I cannot handle those people like who are depressed, you know, like it's too much for me. I rather to handle like my clients, even if like angry client, like, but like, yeah, right. I really respect what you're doing, and then we need those people. And also, I'm so glad you are, you know, your background is like, it's not kind of like a very light knowledge or, you know, just a 20 years old, you know, graduate university, and then, you know, like, I'm gonna get awesome a job too, like they're awesome too, don't get me wrong, but I mean, you like you have experience to leave foreign country, embrace with other culture, and then mingling with them, try to understand, try to learn different philosophy. He read like Asian philosophers book, and then you read bunch of like Western, you know, philosophers book, study those things. So you are so curious, so genuine, like genuinely you kind of study about it, and then, you know, kind of you're, first of all, you have a really good heart. On top of that, you have such experience and knowledge. You are trying to study master program, so you don't have any academic background, but like, you know, you're building your career eventually toward like that. So I think you're doing good, and then I just want to say like your podcast is amazing.
Oh, you're so sweet, baby.
링크 걸어드리겠습니다.
Should get you on the podcast. You know, but I love doing this kind of thing with you too. I really want to learn how to talk about this in Korean. Of course, that's going to take a long time. You know?
It's a hard. You have to just
이건 공부해야 돼.
공부 진짜 열심히.
Yeah, but that's okay. I'm working on it and building up. You know, and actually, you made a good point that like, you know, it is difficult to talk to people who are depressed or in suicide crisis. Yeah, it really is. It can be difficult, but it's so rewarding. So rewarding when you really connect with somebody. You know. But you made a good point. You said I can't like handle that kind of thing, but you can handle those clients and your work stuff. I as much as I think I could do car sales and the client stuff, but you manage that shit so well. You just like, you go through the chaos of the unorganization and the people like within the company that are like, there's just like so many elements going on, and then the customers, they want to move the price, and you got to still maintain that kind of calm attitude and be so light and bubbly. You're amazing at that. I would not be able to. I just, because like one thing I can do on the distress line is if somebody is not treating me well, I'm like, you know what? I put a boundary. I'm like, you can't treat me like that. And then if they continue, I'm like, I'm hanging up now. Right? Whereas with the client, you can't do that because you're like, well, if I hang up on them, or if I say, well, like, okay, get out of here, like I don't want to deal with you anymore, then you lose that money, right? And that's like an incredible skill.
They're you know,
most clients are good.
Yeah,
though,
most
right?
clients
just like most people in the distress center are good.
Not
honestly,
disrespectful.
Yeah,
they're good. Yeah, they just you know, like our you know, thing is different, like concern and everything. But it's fine.
What would you say?
I have an experience like for 10 years of sales. So
what would you say is the hardest part of car sales then, so far in your experience?
So right now, because I just started, so lack of my knowledge, so I don't have that much confidence, you know. So I'm building on, you know, that knowledge. But most people are very good and to understand me, and then, you know, that's good. And my working hours drive me crazy. It's because my off day, sometimes I have to go meeting. My shift is at 12 to 9 p.m. but meeting is 8:30. That thing is like, oh my god, there's no work and life balance, right? So like I feel like I always work. That is really tough. And maybe I have to improve more kind of like skills, but like I trust myself, like eventually I will get there. So yeah.
You'll figure out the knowledge and skills, but it is an industry that they said it, like even in the beginning, they said you will have no work-life balance. That's what they told you in the interview, right?
So I accept it. So like it's okay. We'll see.
And it's tough, right? But one thing I do love about car sales is the AI is not going to take over car sales. Not right now, anyway.
We'll see how it goes.
15 years maybe, but like people want like another person to connect with them. And much like the distress center too. This is why I actually think sales is safe in some ways, and mental health field is safe in some ways. The AI is going to help with how we interact with the information and how people get information. You know, maybe they're going to be introduced with an AI or whatever, right? To kind of try and get an idea of what they need, or especially in car sales, right? But the sales part is the connection to the person. It's this person, I like them, they're going to help me, they want to support me. Whereas an AI always wants to do that. Always. They're like, oh, I'll help you. But there's like nothing valuable about that.
And then moral sense of helping people. So for example, I just watched the crazy news. So a person, I don't know, like it's some European, I don't remember well, but like this person wanted to kill himself, I think, he or she. So ask AI, I want to just kill myself without the pain. How can I do that? So AI, oh, I can help you. Like go to the room, quiet room, and then, you know, be yourself. And then like, you know, they just literally
made a plan.
help, like, to proceed, like helping
they put checks and balances on these in a lot of AI, but of course there are ways around it. So not necessarily with open. I don't know if it was ChatGPT, but probably
so that
another.
Was the thing, like this. That was
this
news.
Is dangerous.
This is very dangerous. You know, like helping people, like in what way? You know, so we don't. We have a crazy technology, but like we don't have boundary. So and also like, oh my god, AI chat, maybe we should just do another episode. This is like you know, non-stop talking subject. So like anyways, so I just wanted to introduce my new life. And then I couldn't create like YouTube contents, but it was perfect.
And you're doing amazing, baby.
Thank you,
You're doing so amazing.
You too.
I love you.
I love you. Okay, I'm gonna show your father's garden.
Okay. Oh yes. Show the garden.
That's really cool. So like
the garden.
Okay, I'm gonna show you the garden. 수국. Yay. 가든입니다. We call it 무스코카 체어, right? 무스코카 체어가 있고, 여기서 바라보는 짜잔. 하이. 백야르드에서 커피 마시거나 와인 마시거나 너무 좋아요. 여기서 이제 가족들 식사하실 때도 있고, 미키도 보여드릴게요. 미키. A little bit dark.